Alright guys, The Last Jedi is almost here, and if you're like me, you're really excited, you're about ready to start a movie marathon, get all pumped up before you go see the movie. But for a lot of you out there, you might not have seen the Star Wars movies, you might have family members who have not seen the Star Wars movies, or you just might not have seen the Star Wars movies in a long time, but you still want to go see The Last Jedi. This is the video for you. I'm going to do a very quick summation of the films that have happened before this one to get you ready. This is everything you need to know before seeing The Last Jedi.
How you get so big getting hold of this kind?
Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Two Jedi Knights, who are the guardians of peace and justice in the Republic, are on a mission to protect the Queen of Naboo. They are chased by an assassin to a remote planet covered in sand. There they find a boy named Anakin Skywalker who is strong in the Force, a mystical energy field that the Jedi use to protect the galaxy. Through a series of events, they take the boy away to become a Jedi as well, leaving his mother behind. This boy befriends the Queen, whose name is Padme, as she's not all that much older than he is. The assassin is revealed to be a Sith, the sworn enemy of the Jedi.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
And they fight this villain to free the Queen's planet. This comes at the cost of one of the Jedi's life. The other Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, trains Anakin in the ways of the Force. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. 10 years later, Anakin is still a Jedi, but Queen Padme has become Senator Padme. Anakin and Obi-Wan must protect her once again. The galaxy is on the verge of war, and powerful people want her dead. After a few more assassination attempts, Anakin and Padme go into hiding. Obi-Wan goes in search of the assassins. While hiding, Anakin and Padme start to fall in love, something that is forbidden to the Jedi way of life. It gets more complicated when Anakin has visions that his mother is in danger. The two run off to find her. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan discovers that the assassin has ties to a forgotten planet of cloners. Yes, people who clone other people. And what's even more strange is that they are currently growing a clone army for the Republic to use in the coming war. Something that they say the Jedi ordered, and something the Jedi have no memory of ordering. It's the biggest Amazon.com mix-up of all time. Obi-Wan gets into a fight with the assassin and tracks him to a different planet. Meanwhile, Anakin discovers that his mom has been kidnapped by a race of desert dwellers. He leaves Padme with his newfound stepfather that he only just met, and goes to find his mother. She dies in his arms, and he kills absolutely everyone in the entire village. He returns to Padme to discover that Obi-Wan is being held captive on a nearby world by yet another Sith. Those guys really are pesky, aren't they? The two galaxy travelers run off to save him by getting caught themselves.
Then we decided to come and rescue you. Good job.
They get into a fight, that becomes a larger fight, that becomes a war, and they all escape. Anakin and Padme sneak away at the end of the movie to get married in secret. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. After 3 years of off-screen war, Anakin and Obi-Wan have to save the leader of the whole Republic from the newest Sith Lord. Obi-Wan gets knocked out, but Anakin saves the day by killing a defenseless prisoner without a trial. It's super illegal and super dark side. See, things like slaughtering entire villages and killing unarmed prisoners, they tend to make a person turn into a Sith and fall away from being a Jedi. Who knew? Anakin has been doing a whole lot of that lately. Obi-Wan wakes up and they get the heck out of space. Anakin meets up with Padme and finds out he's gonna be a daddy. Uh-oh. And it gets more complicated when he starts seeing visions of Padme dying in childbirth. He can't ask for help or he'll be banished from the Jedi Order. Here is where the leader of the Republic, who's been a friend of Anakin since he joined the Jedi, starts talking about the dark side and the power to manipulate life and stuff. There's no red flags there, right?
Darth Plagueis, the Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi.
Oh, wait, he's a Sith Lord, and it turns out the Sith Lord has been in charge of everything the whole time. Whoops. Anakin tells the other Jedi, and they handle it perfectly well. Actually, they all die. Anakin helps the Sith because the Sith promises to save his wife's life. Thus, Anakin becomes Darth Vader. The Sith guy takes control of the clone army and tells them to kill all the other Jedi. While all this was going on, Obi-Wan was sent to stop the last bad guys. He kills the last general, but then his clone troopers turn on him, and he's on the run himself. In fact, all the Jedi are on the run, and most of them die. Obi-Wan finds Padme and breaks the news to her. She runs to find Anakin. Anakin gets mad at her for implying that he's not a good guy, and then force chokes her because he's basically infested with hate, and rage. Anakin and Obi-Wan get into a fight. Anakin catches on fire. Obi-Wan and Padme run away. Padme dies, giving birth to Luke and Leia, her twin children. Oh yeah, and the Green Jedi named Yoda gets into a huge fight with that Sith guy, but nothing really comes from it, and oh yeah, and then this dude's there too. In the end, Obi-Wan takes Luke to live with his family from the last movie. The guy who saved Yoda takes Leia. Obi-Wan and Yoda hide out because all of the other Jedi are dead. The Sith turned the Republic into the Empire. Darth Vader gets a cool suit. That's it. It's over. The bad guys win. Story's done. Until the next movie. Episode 4, A New Hope. Leia Organa grows up not knowing who her parents were. She grows up not knowing she had a brother. Her adopted parents are leading a rebellion against the Empire. She helps out, but ends up getting kidnapped by her own dad, but doesn't even know they're related. 2 robots go off in search of the Jedi Obi-Wan because he's their only hope. Luke Skywalker grows up not knowing who his parents were, not knowing that he had a sister. But when he finds the robots, he sets off to find Obi-Wan, and it goes really, really smoothly, and they find him. Obi-Wan asks Luke to come along. He figures why not, because the Empire just killed his whole family while looking for the robots. They meet up with pilot Han Solo and his co-pilot Chewbacca, and they go to Leia's homeworld in order to find her, but they find out that the Empire already blew that up because they're jerks. They get caught by the Death Star, the thing that blew the planet up, and then they rescue Leia and try to escape. Obi-Wan dies at the hands of his former student turned villain. Also, he evaporates, which is weird. The rest get away with plans to destroy the Death Star. They end up joining the rebels, who are the new set of good guys. Luke is able to destroy the station using the Force because, as it turns out, he has it just like his daddy.
Use the Force, Luke.
Then they have a party. Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. In this movie, the rebels find themselves on a snowy base, trying to stay hidden from the Empire. It's not working. Luke goes to find a bad guy scouting robot, but gets trapped by the abominable snowman. He escapes to see a vision of Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan tells him to go find the Green Jedi Yoda. Han rescues Luke, and he gets cleaned up. Han and Leia are in love, but won't admit it. She kisses Luke to make a point. Star Wars fans everywhere wish that the two of them knew that they were siblings. There's a big battle, and all the important people get away. Luke flies to Space Florida, where all old aliens go to retire, and finds Yoda. He learns how to do Jedi stuff. Han and Leia end up trapped in a spaceship out in the middle of nowhere, and it's slightly romantic, until it turns out they're actually in a giant worm. And then they fly away. They go to a place called Cloud City where one of Han's friends lives, only it turns out he's not really one of Han's friends anymore, until later when it turns out he's one of Han's friends again. Luke gets a vision that his friends are in trouble and runs off even though Yoda and dead Obi-Wan tell him not to. He flies to find his friends and help them, but he ends up getting into a fight with Darth Vader. Vader has figured out that Luke is his son and tells Luke this. Luke takes it well.
I am your father.
Han gets frozen in space ice and taken away by the son of the assassin from Episode 2 because we're all about family in Star Wars. Everyone else gets away. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Luke, Leia, and Han's sometimes friend go and rescue him from a giant slug, and it's really exciting. Luke goes back to Space Florida to finish his training, but Yoda dies instead because Yoda is old. Dead Obi-Wan shows up and is all, I didn't really lie to you about your dad, I just didn't tell you the truth either. And Luke is all like, I bet Leia is my sister too. And Obi's like, no duh, stop kissing her. Luke goes back to the rebels and they launch a big fight. See, the Empire has made a second Death Star. And this time, the rebels want to destroy it even sooner before it blows up any other planets. And kill the Emperor too. And yes, the Emperor is that guy who is the galactic leader from the other movies. 5 points if you remembered who that is. Han, Luke, and Leia go to a nearby planet to destroy the protective shield around the new Death Star. They meet up with some teddy bears who want to eat them for dinner, but they change their minds when they start worshipping one of the robots.
But I do believe they think I am some sort of god.
Yes, Star Wars is weird. The Empire shows up, and Luke turns himself in so his friends can stay hidden. He's all like, Dad, I bet you're a good dude, even though I have no reason to think that. And then they go see the Emperor. The rebels on the planet destroy the shield, so that the rebels in space can destroy the station. But before they do that, Luke gets in a fight with Vader, and he wins. But he won't kill Vader, so the Emperor attacks Luke instead. Vader remembers that he used to be human, so he kills the Emperor to save his son and becomes a good guy again. Then he dies. Luke escapes just before they all blow up, and then everyone has a party. And dead Obi-Wan, dead Yoda, and dead Anakin are all there. That's it. Story's over. The good guys win. Until the next movie. Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Luke has gone missing. Han and Leia have had a son, but he became an emo bad guy and is now working for a new Emperor guy named Snoke. He's trying to find his uncle so he can do dastardly evil things. He kidnaps a pilot for information, but Poe the pilot escapes with Stormtrooper Finn, and they become best bros. They crash, Finn thinks Poe is dead, and he is sad until he meets Rey. They fly away in a ship. The ship used to belong to Han, so Han finds them and is all like, "Get off my ship!" And instead, he takes them to meet a talking Cheeto alien. Rey has a vision, and we're all like, "Go!" Oh man, who are her parents? I'm gonna spend the next 2 years speculating. The new bad guys called the First Order show up and take Rey away. So the Resistance, the new good guys, show up. And they're led by General Leia. Han is all, "I know we're probably separated or something, but our son just kidnapped a girl and we should probably go do something about that." And Leia's all like, "Our son's jerk boss just blew up like 5 planets and we need to do something about that too." They all team up to stop this new thing that's totally not a third Death Star, but it's totally a third Death Star. And to save Rey. They all go to the bad guy base. Han meets up with Kylo and is all like, "Get rid of that stupid name. We named you better than that." And Kylo is all like, "I like my name." And then Kylo kills Han. Every Star Wars fan cried. Then Kylo, Rey, and Finn get into a big fight. Kylo and Finn are super hurt. Rey is a total boss. Everyone, including the bad guys, escape the base, but the base blows up. Leia sends this girl she's never met to find her brother. Rey meets Luke on top of this island mountain, and no one says anything at all, and it's super emotional. And there you go. There you have it. That is my quick summary of the last 7 films, and hopefully it's prepared you so that you can go see The Last Jedi. Until next time, keep it real and fly casual.
Cooking can be fun!